Hello, my name's Tom Hamilton, Headmaster of St Andrews College.
Hi, I'm Tom Clucas, Head of School for St Andrews for 2024.
Well, funny enough, my first visit to Grahamstown, or Makanda Grahamstown now, was 30 years ago actually. I was coaching a rugby team and there happened to be a festival at the other school across the town, Kingswood College. And I came here and I really enjoyed it. It also happened to be the National Arts Festival. And I had a week or 10 days here and I thought I'd really like to come and work at in this town and be here for a part of my life. And a year and a half, 2 years later, St Andrews advertised a position for second master and I applied and they appointed me and we ended up here. We were here for four and a half years before I left to go back to become a head of school in Gauteng. And just a couple of years ago, the opportunity to come back opened up again and we had no hesitation. We're back. It's one of our favorite parts of the country.
Home for me is in Johannesburg, Josie. I love the place. I love going back home for holiday. Before this, I was at the Ridge School, a school I hold very close to my heart and all my siblings and family went to before me. It gave me everything before St Andrews and I love visiting and going back there when I go home.
You know, being a headmaster is quite a lonely job at times because you can't always share everything that is going on. And I've always found a lot of comfort and support when I've gone into the chapel. So you will occasionally find me walk into the chapel by myself. I was in there twice this week and sat by myself for about half an hour each time, just to compose myself. It's also kind of the middle of the school, so everything sort of works on a radius from there. But when I was here before, I coached rugby as well as being the second master and teaching mathematics. And the team I coached was under 15s, under 15As, and our field was St. Aidan's. So you had the view of the town, the city across to the Settlers Monument, and that's still one of my favorite places to walk. So my wife and I walk as often as we can in the evenings or early morning, and we always take in St. Aidan's at least 2 or 3 laps.
So it's actually just out this window behind me. It's the garden outside the business classrooms. Just recently finished in 2022. I love the design and the feel of it, but most especially it's just a quiet place that I come to gather my thoughts when I have a speech to do or assignment to finish and need some space away from the house or from my mates. I hope I haven't given away my secret spot now, but yeah.
Believe it or not, I'm quite an introverted person. Most people who know me says you cannot be serious, but it's true. So when I get into work mode, I generally have to put on my kids used to call it my cloak. I had to put on my sort of Batman suit to go to work, you know. When I'm by myself, I tend to just go the other way, be more introverted. I find the energy within myself. I can be quiet. I can be in solitude for a long time. I love listening to music, like jazz, classical music. In actual fact, I like every kind of music. I love reading books. That's what I do to just wind down.
Tom time involves football, whether watching or playing football. I love football. I'm a massive Liverpool supporter, so is my dad and my mom. And playing football, it's something I can't really describe. It's a feeling where all your thoughts go away. And yeah, I've loved football since I was a little boy and it remains the same.
This is my second time at college, so the one lesson we learn in institutions like this is that they have an energy and a life and an existence of their own. We don't make them, we don't break them. I think each of us, be it as a headmaster, as a member of staff, when we come here, we're asked to put our shoulders to the flywheel and try and push in the right general direction. And If it so happens when we get here that the wheel might be slightly off kilter, our task is to put our shoulders onto it so that we put it back into a balance in a way. The school's bigger than any one of us, and it will be here long after all of us have gone. So our job is to take care of it while we're here.
I think it's twofold, my answer to that. Being in a team and the value of a team. When I was in grade 8, I came and tried to attack all the duties and responsibilities of a grade 8 by myself. I soon learned that that wasn't the right approach, and that, you know, the people beside me are actually the biggest assets, and definitely done better when there's more people and there's a team around me. And also within a team, learning how to deal with different people, someone that you might not have naturally got on with. And yeah, I think it's a valuable life lesson that boarding school and college has definitely played a part in dealing with different people.
The Friday night war cries, I think, it's spine-tingling. I love hearing that myself. I think we're also working on that to make it a more wholesome thing, because war cries can have a negative side to them as well. Certainly the war cries on a Friday night stand out in the wintertime as we go.
Friday night war cries, on that Friday, you can almost feel the whole school kind of building up towards 6:30 or so, when we all make our way down to the lower stands. It's one of the times where you really feel like you're part of something bigger than yourself, and that it's not just you that loves this place so dearly. The gees and the power behind the words we sing, and just the hype and letting loose and being with your mates and enjoying, you know, sharing the love for the school and getting behind often your mates that are playing on the Saturday.
I think leadership comes from inside. It's not something that necessarily one can say that you recognize that you were born with it, or that you can necessarily be intentional about cultivating. But if people invite you into a leadership space and you've got a bit of courage and you've got good people around you, I think the natural thing is to be yourself. Integrity is what it's about, to make sure that what you think and what you say and what you do are largely the same.
What inspires me to be a good leader is relationships, and the influence that they've had on me, especially at St Andrews, my relationships with older boys in leadership positions, and how they've shaped my life and my path and my direction. I guess from that, my desire to have that same impression or impact on a younger boy's life, and to be able to positively direct them and inspire them to be better. A
significant event that I found incredibly moving last year, and I'm quite sure I've always found it moving and will continue to find it moving, is the OA Tide. I don't know that there's another school that has anything like it, where we recognize those who've passed on in the previous 12 months. Their names are read out under the clock tower. We have the Guard of Honour, we have the service. That's very, very special, because as Tom Clucas, this year's head of school, said when he was addressing the service on that day, one day as an Old Andrian, his name will be read out on that roll of honour. And I think mine will be too. And I think that's a really significant event, yeah.
It's definitely the retreat at the end of the year. I think that represents, the whole Andrian community coming together around Lower, and then also all the boys that are passionate about the school, that have put a year of work into the retreat. And then on a more personal note, it's my last thing for the school, last thing as head of school, and last service to college. So I think that's going to be a bit emotional, but I'm really looking forward to it.
I've always had a very, very clear and unambiguous focus on student leadership. I've always believed that, particularly in high schools, things don't get done, or they're not done with clarity or with integrity, unless the agency and the voice of the students in the school are given their place. And I would like to think that last year, our matrics in particular felt that they had a lot of agency, that their voice was recognized. They played a part, I think, in giving St. Andrews a lot more confidence. They brought us back to a place where we were able to identify and embellish the traditions and the heritage of our school that is healthy and excellent and well and ought to live forever. And at the same time identify those aspects of our heritage that have no place in the modern world. I think the class of 2024 under Tom Clucas has got the potential to build on that, to make this place really confident that it's wholesome and that it's strong and that it's vibrant. If we can have more of the same come November, December 2024, I will be a very happy headmaster indeed.
My hope for college in 2024 is that every boy, no matter race, sexuality, background, feels as though they belong here and that they want to actively contribute to the betterment of the school. I've certainly felt what it feels like to not belong, and it's not a great feeling. So if we can have as many boys as possible feeling as though they love the school and they belong here and they're welcome and celebrated, I think that would be a success.